And welcome to this MYXclusive interview. I am VJ IE from the #1 music channel in the Philippines, Mix. And for today, we have two Filipino-American artists who have been waving the Filipino flag proudly wherever they go. And now they have teamed up for a very special project. First up, we have a musical director and producer who has worked with different Grammy-winning, Grammy-nominated, chart-topping artists like Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, and even music icons like David Foster, Andrea Bocelli, and Steven Tyler. And of course, he has worked with our other gorgeous guest for today who is very talented as well. Aside from being a Grammy-nominated artist, let's just put that aside there. She has also been a part of different movies like Moana. She was Moana's mom, guys. And TV shows also like The Masked Singer, The X Factor UK, Australia's Got Talent, and many more. Plus, she's also the lead singer of one of the world's best-selling girl groups of all time, the Pussycat Dolls. Please welcome Troy Loretta and Nicole Scherzinger. Woohoo! Hi, we're so glad to have you here. Hello, Troy. Hello, Nicole.
What a great introduction.
Yes.
Thank you for appreciating it. But really, it's such an honor for us to have you both here. And when we heard that you were teaming up for this special project, which will be, very useful for all the Filipino artists as well to be known throughout the world. We were so excited and we felt proud. So please, let's get right to it. Do you guys remember the last time you were in the Philippines?
Last time I was there was in 2015, I think, and I was doing some work. I know I was there with the Pussycat Dolls right before then, doing a show. And oh my gosh, they welcomed us with such big, open, beautiful arms. And we felt like the Beatles when we were there. But then after that, I went back to do work with the children on the streets with UNICEF. And so that was really profound for me. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Aw, do you have like a favorite Filipino fan encounter? It could be in person or virtual.
I think, when I was doing Australia's Got Talent, they have a lot of local people, as we say, like people from the islands. And I think they had I had a lot of Filipino fans there in Australia. I don't know, like they just always it was awesome to me. Is it Brett Rockman? It was awesome to meet him.
Yes, Bretman Rock.
I was
also from Hawaii.
Yeah, and I was such a big fan of his, and then he was like such a big fan of mine, so we were like geeking out over each other. So, yeah.
That would be it. By the way, thank you so much. We always see your shows, and every time there's a Filipino contestant, you welcome them with open arms. And again, here in the Philippines, we feel so proud. How about for you, Troy? Do you remember the last time you were here in the Philippines?
Yes, the last time I was there in the Philippines was actually for a concert. I MD'd Jake Cyrus concert. It was actually his first concert, like after transitioning from Charisse to Jake, and it was so memorable. I loved working in the Philippines. I love the Philippines, the food, the culture, and the music. Like I was talking to Nicole, like, man, Filipino singers they just go in. So when I got there, and it's crazy when you can go to like a random restaurant and a 12-year-old kid is singing like Celine Dion, or at the mall singing like Whitney Houston. So I love that. I miss that. And I just love the Philippines. It's the best.
And we can really see that with your project. Thank you so much for doing this. And it's great that even though you guys really grew up in a different country, you never forget or you've never forgotten where you came from. So we just like to know, like, are there like specific Filipino traits that you've acquired growing up, even though it's outside the Philippines? Nicole? Nicole, hi. I think.
Oh, can you?
Oh, there you go.
Maybe
Oh, I think she's break. Yes, I think her internet is not cooperating so much right now. I hope she gets back. But how about you, Troy? Let's go to you first. How was it like growing up outside the Philippines, but still, retaining those Filipino traits?
Well, I grew up in Hawaii, and Nicole will know there's a lot of Filipino people in Hawaii. Hey, she's back.
Welcome back.
There's a lot of Filipino people in Hawaii already, and I grew up with my family. So I acquired a lot of the Filipino traits, including the language. I'm not fluent, but I can speak it really well, and I grew up eating the food. And just like the different, values, the Filipinos are all about family. They're all about, loyalty, they're very passionate people. And me and Nicole, we were born and raised Hawaii too. So having that, it becomes that island love, that aloha spirit. It kind of translates to all kinds of in all different island countries like Philippines and Hawaii. They're so closely related in terms of culture and the music. So I was just immersed in that, like growing up on the islands and then growing up with my family. And I took all the best parts of Filipino culture and just, carried that with me, even to working in the mainland and working professionally. And I think it truly has helped me in terms of that, like, spreading that love that Filipinos exude. We're known as we have like the best people, like so friendly and so accommodating to everybody. So I wanted to bring that.
Aw. And how about for you, Nicole? We just like to know what makes you proud to be Filipino. What are the specific Filipino traits that you love and you've acquired?
Yeah, I second what Troy said. I mean, he spoke so eloquently about that. And also, I think I'm really proud because I feel like in our bloodline, we have the Philippines are really strong and they're really hard workers.
Yes.
A lot of people, you can dream, but it isn't until you put the work into it and you roll up your sleeves and the blood, sweat, and tears. And that's something that we're not strangers to, is working hard and working for our dreams and what we want. And I think that's really helped Troy and I, we come from very humble beginnings and backgrounds, but it's because we kept our heads down and we worked so hard. So I think that having that in our blood helped us to get to where we are today. And then our hearts, my Filipino family is just like honestly the sweetest, kindest, most loving humans ever to walk the earth. So I would probably be a real beast if I wasn't who I am Filipina. So grateful for
Well, speaking of, strong and beast, let's talk about Pangangho, which is like a very strong and powerful song as well. Troy, why did you choose this song for Nicole?
Well, I chose this song for Nicole because I wanted to give Nicole a big song. We've all heard her sing. We all know that Nicole can sing. We all the Pussycat, everything. I wanted to give her, like, in terms of the Filipino way, a big ballad, the big Whitney Houston, the big Celine Dion ballad. And who better than a song written by velasquez-alcasid and sung by Miss Regine Velasquez. So when I was listening to like who should sing this, I was speaking with Chessa, my sister, and I was telling her, you know what, I think that Nicole can really do this song. This song is like so beautiful, the melody, the way that it becomes big, and she obviously, and first and foremost, she has the voice for it. So I nervously called Nicole. We had this great connection, and she agreed to do it. And when she heard it, and I was so nervous, I was like, I hope you love it. She, and she can tell you later, but we just recorded it, and I loved it. And I knew when I was arranging it, even before sending it to Nicole, that I wanted her to do it, because I think, with someone like Regine Velasquez, who's Philippine royalty, only a true queen can do this song. So that's why I chose Nicole.
Yes,
Exactly.
it was an honor to take on this song, especially knowing all of the prior Filipino artists that had taken this song on. And I'm so happy and proud that Troy chose me, because a lot of people, they know me from the Pussycat Dolls, but they don't know my real chops. But Troy, he knows me, and he's like, nah, she gonna sing one of the hardest, difficult songs. Then she's gonna modulate at the end as well. And you know, him and Tess, his sister, were so kind. They helped me to tackle it, and I'm really proud. It's one of my most proudest moments in my career musically, to be a part of this project and to sing that song.
Yes, and you know, we get that when you say that since people know you from the Pussycat Dolls, but then when I saw you perform the Phantom of the Opera song, we were blown away. And I think this song, Pangangho, can be like another one of those, you know, performances by Nicole Scherzinger that will really leave a mark and will, you know, give us more information as to what else you can do aside from, you know, being a beast in the Pussycat Dolls world. Now, how hard was it learning the song, since of course it's in Filipino, and we're not sure how comfortable you are in speaking in Filipino? Like, did you grow up listening to people speak in Filipino in your household?
No, more Hawaiian. But it's all kind of similar, right? It's so, and I grew up learning a little bit of Spanish as well. So with Troy and Chess's help and aid, it kind of was just innate. You know, so I didn't do bad, did I, Troy? Like, I was like, I kind of felt it just came naturally. So
that was beautiful. And a lot of people, I love the comments were saying, you know, that the biggest part of wanting to record everybody is making sure that they did the language as well justice. And Nicole, you sounded like a Filipino girl.
In my blood, don't forget.
All right, it's a great song. Any plans on doing a music video for it? Because we saw the lyric video, it's out, but any plans on doing an official music video?
I know that some fans created, I think you told me some fans created some amazing music videos there.
Visuals, yeah.
And some visuals, and which I was so impressed with. But I just hope, I can't wait. I want Troy to take me to the Philippines where we actually there.
Perform it live.
Wow.
Yes. So.
We'd love that, of course. Now, for Troy, what other OPM songs and which artists would you love to have in Volume 2, if ever there would be one? I mean, I saw your lengthy post about LEA Salonga, and I was wondering, why did he include LEA in Volume 1 then?
Well, you know, the purpose of Volume 1, like, one of my biggest purposes was to, you know, obviously I want to include more Filipino artists, but the first one was to kind of introduce Filipino music to, you know, the world and not just, you know, keep it in the Philippines. So that was my main goal. But girl, for the second one, I mean, LEA Salonga, like Nicole said, she's definitely in my, like in the top for me. Like, I would love to work with LEA Salonga. I think that, you know, other than, like, you know, like there's been many Filipinos in the industry today, like Bruno Mars, her, Nicole Scherzinger, and LEA Salonga. At least when I was growing up, when I was 8 years old, or I remember just like watching the TV with my mom, who loves Broadway, and when we saw the Tony Awards and she got up there and won that award, it was just kind of like a moment for me to be like, man, like we can do it. There can be an Asian up there, you know, winning an award and being on the stage. So I think for the second one, if, you know, if possible, I would love to have her, because I think that she meant so much to a lot of Filipinos that didn't have representation at that time. Yeah.
It would be amazing to have her as well on Volume 2. Can't wait for that. How about you, Nicole? Speaking of other artists, is there a specific Filipino artist that you'd like to collaborate with?
I mean, you know, Apple is like family to me from the Black Eyed Peas. But like Troy touched on, growing up, you know, LEA Salonga was one of, I always looked up to her, you know, because I didn't have any other people who look kind of like me growing up, right? Yeah. That I could relate to, and they were like my idols. And, you know, I dreamed every night that I was on that Miss Saigon stage. And I'm such a massive fan of hers. And I'm actually working on a Broadway standards project myself. Troy's going to help me with that. And maybe I could do something with her there because I'm just a massive fan of hers. I mean, she's legit.
Aw.
She's a legend.
Now, lastly, I hope I have more time with you, but I don't. So please, just lastly, can you send a message to your Filipino fans? And Nicole, maybe you can tell us a little bit a little bit of update about Pussycat Dolls, and we also saw your post with Zoe Deschanel. What can we look forward to?
Well, just first of all, we love you so much. Thank you for your support. Hopefully the dolls, as soon as the world opens back up and everything's ready to go, I'm ready. I'm so excited to be on tour with the dolls, to lead a new generation of dolls out there, and for other women and girls out there, just to put on the best, most inspiring show that we possibly can. So we'll be there. I pray we will be back soon. I cannot wait. So I'll just let that do the talking for us.
May that be a pangako to all of your Filipino fans that you will be back here. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
About the Zoe Deschanel post, can we know like what it's about, like what project you're working on?
Oh, it's something y'all will find out soon. It's a cute little project that I met her on set for. So it's I just got to meet her, and I'm such a fan of hers. So it was just nice to see her.
Looking forward to that. And Troy, maybe a message also to your Filipino fans?
Yes, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. I'm just a musical director from Hawaii, and I said it before. It's so humbling and really, really surreal, and honestly, I'm geeking out that everyone has shown such love for Kaibigan. I've always loved Filipino music, and to my sister Nicole, you did something that's bigger than just the music and us. This is about representation, about spreading, like promoting who we are, not just culturally but musically. And I think that's so beautiful, and we're part of history. And I just want to say to everyone, sa lahat ng mga kababayans ko sa Philippines, maraming salamat, and mahal ko kayong lahat. Thank you guys so much, and please continue to support Kaibigan, and of course Pangangho by Miss Nicole Scherzinger. So I love you guys.
Yay, we love you.
Nicole, can you also say mahal ko kayo in, well, it's already in Filipino, like I love you in Filipino.
How do you say it again?
Mahal ko kayo.
Mahal ko kayo. Salamat. Salamat.
Thank you so much, Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger and Troy Loretta. Woohoo! Thank you for joining us in this MYXclusive interview. Once again, I'm VJ IE. Bye, guys.
Bye.